The views expressed on this program are those of the producers and individuals appearing on this program and do not necessarily reflect the views of the Sun Prairie Media Center staff, its video service providers, or the staff and elected officials of the City of Sun Prairie.
You are now listening to the Allen and DJ Show on 103.5 FM WLSP-LP, Sun Prairie, Wisconsin. We're here to talk about self-improvement, lifestyle, and becoming the very best version of yourself.
You're now listening to the Allen and DJ Show.
Yo, yo, yo! Milwaukee, Sun Prairie, from Marquette University to all the surrounding areas. Y'all know what time it is. Welcome to the Allen and DJ TV show, man. And I'm Allen.
And this is your boy DJ.
DJ, what's good, Dirty?
I'm doing good, man.
All right. Man, I'm good. But you know, I ain't been through these tough times before, you know. And I feel for people who going through this out there. How to deal with a breakup.
Ooh, this gonna be a good one.
It's gonna be a good one, man.
Yeah.
And we're gonna get down to the end result on this one. So, I know some of y'all out there probably going through this right now. You know, like y'all thought that, you know, you guys are gonna be together forever, and you know, you guys had like a future plan for ahead of yourselves, and it just didn't plan out the way that you wanted it to, right? Well, we're here to help you with that. And how my first step to me was always trying to deal with a breakup is just accepting your emotions, man. Accepting what happened to you. Mm-hmm. You know, you can't be biased. You know, like you got to be like, dang, you know what? It was just as much as my fault as it was theirs. Because you got to think about it. Certain current events could happen that led to the devastation of dealing with a breakup. And I've been through this about several times before in my life, so I get it.
And like, men for years have been told that they need to hide their emotions because it's not manly to express your emotions, especially in relationships. Like, I understand, like, in the workplace from the show from the past, like, you don't want to, like, reveal, like, your emotions and stuff there, because that's a professional environment. But, like, for an actual relationship, it is good to deal with those emotions and accept them for what they are, because you have to go through them, or else something negative will happen to it. Like, and we also been told, like, you're not a real man if you get emotional or you have emotions. And sometimes people need to understand that it's okay to not be okay.
Yeah. And
people need to stop taking breakups as a form of weakness as a man.
Man, I can agree with you that, you know, like that much more, DJ. Like, I done been through those tough times. Like, you've been through those tough times. Like,
yeah.
You know, we all seen each other's ups and downs, and we've been through a lot of struggles with this. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it don't even have to necessarily be your fault. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's just the divine energy. You know, God is the higher power at the end of the day, and God could say, okay, this person's time is just up in your life, because in that moment while you're going through it, it's the worst feeling in the world. Like, you might feel like, man, I feel like I could just get hit with a baseball bat. Mm-hmm. And Sammy Sosa can hit me in the head as hard enough as me feeling this emotions that I'm feeling. But when you get yourself together and you look back down the road 8-10 years from now, you be like, man, I'm glad he took me out of that. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, like, you have to allow yourself to go through the emotions. You're gonna and you might go through tons of them, especially if you're a woman. Most dudes deal with it differently. You know, like, we try to be all alpha about it. Oh, no, straight, bro. Oh, man, forget her. It is what it is. Yeah. And, bro, find that one cat that you could talk to, man, and ain't nothing soft with just, you know what I'm saying, dang, bro, you know, like, it happened the way it happened, and, you know, I miss her. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, that's a lot on their space, though. Like, don't overdo it, man. You got to get on their space. Yeah. But if it's done, then you have to start practicing the emotions of, dang, like, okay, this could really be it. So I got to start challenging life as if she's not going to be here anymore.
Yeah, and what this also, accepting your emotions, also what it does is it relieves you of tension and it relieves you of stress, basically. And you need that because it'll not only help you move forward in life, but it'll help you like deal with the pain in other ways, or even it'll help you cope with other things that's going on in your life. So, and it'll mentally prepare you for other situations. Like let me give you an example. Like let's say you went through a breakup and you learned how to accept those particular emotions in that relationship. And you took the good and the bad from the relationship, and all of a sudden you jump into the next relationship, and all of a sudden that person does a little bit of the same thing that your old relationship does. All it's giving you is the experience to handle it.
Exactly. And the next thing that, you know, I'm always gonna, you know what I'm saying, talk about and I jump into, and I usually do this very well, especially like when I'm going through a breakup, because I don't want to sit there dwelling in my emotions for too long either. Like, bro, we're good, she loved me. Oh, good, no, bro, I'm good. House smelling like feet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It smell like corn chips in the house. Hey, bro, get your butt up. Let's get out. Let's do something about it.
Yeah.
So I always say, let's practice self-care. You know what I'm saying? Because to me, it's not always about, oh, man, I'm going to show her. I'm going to make her regret the reason why she left me. Man, skip all that. The best revenge is success.
Yeah.
Ooh. The best revenge is success. So you got to get successful. Like, you got to start getting ready to level up. You got to say, you know what? I got to accept what happened to me. It was my fault, too. I could have did things better. And you move on to get prepared for the next woman that's about to come into your life.
Yep.
And you make sure that you better for her, because you don't want to keep duplicating those mistakes. So I like to practice self-care.
Yeah.
Self-care to me is just, you know what I'm saying, just taking care of yourself emotionally, spiritually, financially. Maybe like getting like a form of exercise going in, making sure like your sleep patterns are the best that they could possibly be. And I know those times are going to get lonely. It's going to get hard at night. You're like, damn, you know, because you're sitting there and you thinking too much. You got to get up out that, man.
Yeah.
Got to get up out that. Or sweetheart, whatever you're going through, you got to let it go. Because a lot of people, DJ, are just afraid to be alone.
Yeah. I see that a lot, man. Like, as soon as that person breaks up with somebody, they jump right into another relationship, and that's not good, especially if you're not emotionally healed right away.
Or two, they keep dealing with that same person.
Yeah.
We like, dude, you gotta let that go, cause and you see this a lot. Like y'all on for 2 weeks, everything going good. Then y'all broke up for a month. Then y'all back together. Then y'all broke up dirty. Look, which one is gonna be? Because I promise you, you'll be one of those couples that's gonna always be off and on, and it's gonna be very unstable. So you got to start practicing getting them out your heartstrings. That's why I say start getting the gym membership.
Yeah.
Start working on yourself physically, mentally, and spiritually. Like start getting into the good word. Start getting into that Bible. You know what I'm saying? Like, and accept what happened for what happened. I forgive you.
Yeah.
And never talk bad about them, right?
No,
never talk bad about them.
Never.
So somebody bring, hey man, you and such was going on strong. What happened? You know, it just didn't work out. We just going in 2 different directions in life, you know. But I wish her the best along her journey. You know what I'm saying? Because she had to no longer be a concern of yours. And you got to start reconditioning your mind as such.
And like also with self-care, like it's best to like groom yourself, like get manicures, get pedicures, get a skincare routine.
Agree.
And work out as well. And also it also involves you into like buying things that make you feel better about yourself. Like you, Al, like you basically like buy cologne and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's not only like to just smell good, but like it also increases the attraction level of like other people around you.
Exactly. You know, like you start getting your smell down pat, people start to, you know what I'm saying, like look at you in a different type of light. You know, like some people might get some dental work done. Or some people might want to start focusing on skincare routines. And, you know, some people might want to start to, you know what I'm saying, hey, look, you know what, I got everything going for myself. Let me start physically getting myself together, which is, better start getting myself together real soon for the WBAs, because we will win that. We're back on subject. But, you know, it helps you to like slowly stop thinking about that person. You know, that's why I say get out the house more, man. Stop like, you know what I'm saying, looking at pictures, crying about them, and listening to songs. Inside, crying and stuff. Like, come on, man, dog. Dirty, you gotta let it go. Hey, DJ, though, we done seen that before.
Yeah.
We seen some of the homies go through it.
Yeah.
Looking at pictures, like, come on, bro. Come on, Dirty.
Listening to sad songs.
Right. Inside. Like, man, it's all dark in here. You got candles lit up. Looking at her picture. Hey, man, stop it, man. Stop it. We ain't gonna keep doing that, bro. Bro, get dressed. We getting out of the house right now. Man, computer. Man, get up. Hey, DJ, tell him to get up, Dirty.
Yeah. And what it also does is like, it increases the compliments that people give to you.
Exactly.
And it also increases confidence in yourself.
There you go.
And also, it makes you look healthier.
There you go.
Like, have you ever actually ate healthier and you actually have like a certain glow about yourself once you start to eat healthier, or once you start to get a skincare routine together and all that type of stuff, and all of a sudden like somebody come to you and be like, oh man, you look refreshed or you look energized. That makes you feel good inside, to the point to where like you want to keep doing it.
It does, man. And you know, you want people to look at you, you know what I'm saying? Like, rather if you, okay, it was a perfect example. You could be out and about at a grocery store and you bump into your ex-family members and you want them to be like, man, you know, I saw such and such today and man, he looking good. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want them like, girl, like he's still thinking about you. Oh, trust me, girl, I know. He looked the dusty and bummy. You don't want to go through that. Trust me, you don't want to go through that. So, you know, you have to always dress the part, look the part. Even when you hurting, it's okay to hurt. Because I'm not saying that, like, it could take a minute sometimes to get over an ex. But you got to be willing to start making the attempts to, okay, this is my new life now. This is life finna be without her. And I got to start preparing myself as such. And you got to start making yourself busy. You got to start doing little things to get her out your heartstrings. If not, it's going to be one of those breakups where it's going to take a year or two to get over her. And you don't want to be that guy. Because trust me, they're going to move on quickly.
Yeah.
And certain women do that. Like, they be like, dang, 4 months later, she finna get engaged. Or, dang, 4 months later, she messing with the cat down the road. Really? So that's why you got to be that guy to just start looking at this. Okay, I got to accept what happened to me. I acknowledge it. It was my fault, too. Because everything ain't on her. It's a two-way street. I always say it's two-sided coins. Heads, tail, your side, her side, and in the middle is always going to be the truth. Some people always going to tell like little white lies on each other to make their story look good.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, you know, let's keep it a bean here. You did some jacked up stuff too, Dirty. So it's your side, her side of the truth.
Yeah. And the third thing is prioritize sleep, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, like, for me, like, what sleep does is it refreshes you, man.
Big time.
And what it does is like it helps you perform your tasks more accurately, if that makes sense. Meaning, like, if you have something to accomplish with the right amount of sleep, you're able to get that task done not only faster but more accurately. And what it does is it alternates your mind to where, like, you're not thinking about it. You're not thinking about the breakup as much, if that makes sense. Like, but let me explain. Like, what it does is when you're asleep, it gives you the space you need to think about that person, and it also helps you give solutions on how to handle that situation. And then when you wake up, now you refresh. Now you don't really have her on your mind because you thought about her for 8 hours in your sleep.
Man, and you know, like, that's what, you know, like I try to tell people, like, dude, look, you look terrible. You gotta get you some rest, homie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like I'm looking to this camera as if I'm talking to one of the homies. Bro, get you some rest, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand it's jacked up. She might have just cheated on you. You might walked in and saw some stuff that you didn't want to see. Dirty, I'm with you. Like, I kick it here with you as long as I can, every step of the way. And I might have my own situation going on. But for, like, even for my sisters out there, whoever going through something, like, I'm with you. I'm with you, and I get it every step of the way. But we got to start making a healing process to get over it, which is prioritizing your sleep. It's gonna be moments you might sleep off and on throughout the night because you can't stop thinking about them. Especially if you've been with them for a long time. Who am I to tell you how to feel? You know what I'm saying? I get it. And I want you to go like, you don't know how I feel. Calm down, my G. I understand how you feel. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we got to work on that. Try to give your ex less communication as possible.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't even want them to know that you even thinking about them. Because then you get them, like, you basically giving them the power. Don't do that.
Yeah.
You should really try to be busy. If you're busy, you need to really be like you're busy. And get rest in between if you like grinding on your next journey and your next goal, and start getting yourself together and keep yourself in an abundance mindset to be like, you know what, they didn't deserve me no way. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to know your self-worth and know who you are and what you bring value to as a table so you can, you know what I'm saying, get better and be better for somebody else. Because how can you be better for yourself? And how can you be better for somebody else if you're not better for yourself? And last but not least, I just tell people, you know what I'm saying, reconnect with some of your friends, man. Go out, hang out. You know what I'm saying? Get around people who can support you. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't need to be around people who judging you. Man, you need to stop talking about that dude. Oh, my God, you need to let him go. Calm down, my G. Who am I to tell you who to stop talking about? Like, you can talk to me about this till you blue in the face. Yeah. I get it. I'm with you. But man, at some point we do got to start trying, but it's training wheels. You got to try to start getting them out your heartstrings slowly but surely.
And like basically, like people think like when you don't get the less sleep you get, the more productive you are, because like your whatever hours you're adding to that particular day, you think like you could get more done in that particular day, but that's actually not true. It's actually the opposite. Like maybe you get more done, but it won't be done properly, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Meaning that like, okay, you might have got a lot done, but like half of this work was done the right way and the other half was done sloppy because you didn't get the proper rest.
There you go. You know what I'm saying? And I always try to tell people, you know what I'm saying, like even when you're trying to prioritize sleep and all that, you know, like I always say, like, really, when y'all listen to me when I tell you this, avoid less communication with your ex as possible. Like, they might even try to text you, hey, I think I left my red jacket over there. Hey, you know what, somebody be here to give it to you because I'm not at the house right now. You got to really make yourself be busy and be gone. And, you know what I'm saying, like, start getting into things that interested you. You know what I'm saying, like, you know, just find you, like, a new routine. And it's not going to be easy, but maybe that time of the day on a certain particular night, y'all might have watched a movie together. You know what I'm saying? Like, fill that up with an activity. Mm-hmm. Just stay busy. You know what I'm saying? And try to stay off social media as much as possible because you don't want nothing to do with seeing their page. You got to, you know, like my thing is when you really want to disconnect with them, you really got to disconnect with them or else they're never going to get out of your heartstrings.
No, not at all. And like when you talking to others, what you want to do is like, you want to vent to your friends, and what that does is it lets you release energy and emotions out instead of like letting them bottle up inside of you. Like when you're hiding your feelings, yep, it can turn into like emotional outbursts. It can turn into violence and sometimes even depression.
Yeah.
And men, this is personally to you guys, never vent to your girlfriend or your wife unless you've been married for years. But never vent to your girlfriend and your wife. What it does is when you do that, it leaves you in a weak state in the relationship.
Say that again, DJ. Say that again.
No,
say it to the people in the back row that need to hear it.
Got you. Never vent to your girlfriend or your wife, because what that does is it leaves you in a weak state in the relationship, meaning that whoever's in the relationship can dominate you in the relationship.
Yeah, because, you know, like, I like to call it pillow talking. You know, yep, like you never want to do too much of that. Like, you know, you let like your partner know some things about you. Unless y'all been married forever, then she just like, girl, I know him inside out. You know her inside out, right? But if you dating somebody, I'll at least say for like the first 2 to 3 years, you gotta make sure this person is down. So you could tell them some things about you because there's, yes, they had that right to get to know some things about you. But Jay don't need to know every single detail about you, especially when you know what I'm saying, hey, yeah, man, I've been hurt before and I've been vulnerable and like, man, hell yeah, like, yeah, like, you doggone right I cried a lot. Like, she looking at you like, really? This dude is weak. So, then y'all can get into an argument, she could use that against you one day and that could further damage the relationship. So I advise you not to do that. And, saying this brings me to like my next topic. I want to say number 4, talk to others and stay busy.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is like, as you start to go through the healing process, you're getting them out your heartstrings now. You took our advice. You stayed off social media. You stayed focused on yourself. You stayed focused on your vision. And you kind of like, you know what? Kind of get my mojo back, girl. You get to dance with your girlfriends. You know what I'm saying? Now you like, look, you know what? I think I'm going to start going out here and start dancing again. And I think I'm going to start going out here and start dating.
Yep.
I advise you to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, get out and start meeting new people and keep yourself busy. Eventually, you're going to find yourself less and less and less thinking about that person today. They just pew down the road. You don't even notice them.
Like what it does is just, it helps you focus on other things that are more important in life than the breakup per se. And what it also does is it basically fills the void that you had in the relationship with other things So basically what it does is it schedules different things for you to do in the outside of the relationship. Like when you had that relationship, all you knew was that relationship. But now that you don't have that relationship, you got to fill that void with something.
Exactly.
Like working out or working on your purpose or do a lot more shopping. Like something has to fill that void now, or else you will go into a depression.
Big time. And you don't want to do that. I promise you don't want to do that. Like that's one of them feelings where it don't feel good. You know what I'm saying? Like I went through something, you know what I'm saying, about maybe about a year ago, like thought this person could work out, you know what I'm saying? But when you start prioritizing like what's more important, like you hope that person won't understand, because I want to support you in what you're trying to do. So hopefully, you won't support me in what I'm trying to do. But it just get to a phase where some people just outgrow each other. And I always say, you got to go for your purpose. You got to go for your dreams. You need to focus on what matters first, because I could love you to death till the cows come home, but you ain't guaranteed to me. Just because we signed a piece of paper saying we married, you still ain't guaranteed to me. Like, it's statistics proving that 60% of marriages fail because of cheating and infidelity allegations, right?
Yeah.
So that goes to show you, because I put a ring on it and I signed a piece of paper saying that you mine forever, don't mean that you guaranteed to me. She could still be for the streets. And I know y'all finna all jump on me. Down, my G. Do your research. It's true. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm just real big on find what makes you happy first. Like, get yourself together. And I always tell people you're gonna find who you love doing what you love to do.
Yep.
Say it again now. You're always gonna find who you love doing what you love to do. So usually that person in that same profession as yours. Like, why do you think producers marry producers, or certain actors marry actors, or musicians marry musicians, or people in business end up dating and marrying each other? Because they find what they love. They both have similar interests, and they love what they do, and they can share a particular bond. Now, you can find somebody the total opposite of you too. Not saying that that doesn't happen and it doesn't work, but it takes two people to make it tangle. Y'all have to have an understanding with each other and balance out each other.
And what this does also is it basically distracts you from focusing on what the real issue is at hand. And you need to be distracted, because like if you're not, like I said, if you keep thinking about that situation, it's gonna turn into depression, or it's gonna turn into all types of emotional outbursts that shouldn't have been outbursts.
I agree. And I want to say, you know, and this one I might stay on for a minute, like, my final thought is focus on your purpose.
Yeah.
And what I mean by focusing on your purpose is, you know what I'm saying, like, accept your emotions for what they are. Find you a new routine. Find you something that you enjoy doing. Find your new hobby. Be healthy while doing it, because health is wealth. And wait and be patient, because it's not going to happen overnight, but things take time. Embrace the new you. Embrace, like, hey, you know what? I'm loving what I'm becoming. And stay off social media. And I promise you, you'll become the very best version of yourself, and you got to the end result.
Yeah. And I also want to say, yeah, it's important to focus on your purpose, because like what it does is basically just gives you what you need to do to get ahead and to get you to forget about that person faster than necessary, I should say. And when dealing with a breakup, it's going to happen. Like, everybody in some point in their life is going to deal with it. And I dealt with it, Al dealt with it, everybody is going to deal with it. But everybody has their way of healing. Everybody has their way of dealing with it. And just find stuff that you love to do and just do them.
There you go. And you can find us on Facebook at Alan Hutchinson on Facebook and IG, Instagram. You can find William J. Smith on Instagram and Facebook. You can find us on the Alan and DJ fan page on Facebook. And you can always email us any questions that you may have to the Alan Hutchinson and DJ at gmail.com. Until then, stay well, stay healthy.
Peace.
We with you, yeah.